Bruce Wayne, Clark Kent, J. Robert Oppenheimer, Cooper from Interstellar, Cobb from Inception, Robert and Albert from The Prestige, and Jason Budahazy from The Daily Deuce. These are just some of the iconic characters that writer-director Christopher Nolan has brought to life. All right, I wasn't in a Christopher Nolan film, but a buddy of mine was, and I'm choosing to live through him. One day, Nolan was being interviewed, and he was asked how he introduces his characters when writing scripts. Because in every script, when writers introduce a character, they use a short character description. This helps paint the picture for the reader in terms of who the character is. Nolan said, when writing character descriptions, I don't focus on physical descriptions, height, weight, or what the character is wearing. Instead, I focus on their psychological nature, their personality, their mindset. He said, when it comes to character, I think in terms of they're the kind of person who... Dramatic pause, ... formerly called an ellipses, informally called what's the thing called with the 3 dots. I love that Chris called this out, because that's not just how screenwriters should focus on character in their scripts. That's how we should all focus on our own character in real life. I'm the kind of person who... Today, I want you to think about how you finish that sentence. I'm the kind of person who... If Nolan were to write you into one of his scripts, how would he describe your character? Meaning, how would he describe your psychological nature, your personality, your mindset? Too often we let external physical descriptions define us. Lifting heavy weights defines how strong we are. Wearing fancy clothes defines how important we are. Driving an expensive car defines how wealthy we are. Listen, man, we can lift all the weights in the world, we can wear the fanciest clothes in the world, and we can drive the most expensive cars in the world, but none of that stuff is what defines our character. In fact, if that's the only way someone defines character, then the only way to define their character is insecure. How well we handle stress and struggle, how much we respect others, how much we show up with a positive attitude even when there's no reason to, the values we choose to live by, that's what defines our character. Our psychological nature, our personality, our mindset. That is what defines character. So, when stress hits and you're in a heated argument, when struggle hits and you lose your job, when devastation hits and out of nowhere, a loved one suddenly passes, what kind of person are you? Are you the kind of person who... Deuce her out.